Hi, Kanon.
Hi, Susie.
Thank you for having this conversation with me.
Thank you for doing it.
And I'm going to let you tell us more about yourself and how you came to paint.
Well, yeah, so I guess I got to start all over again.
Yes, because this is what, our third try? Let's hope it works this time.
I got my makeup on correctly this time, though.
Good. Mine is fading away. I should have retouched it in the past couple of hours.
But yeah, so kind of my journey to becoming an artist, I haven't done a whole lot of painting in the past. I've been focused on photography the past 5 years or so. And then last year, a friend had told me about the Oregon Eclipse Festival coming up and told me I needed to get my ticket soon. And so I went and checked it out. And while I was online, I saw that they were offering an art immersive for 5 days before the festival. And so I decided to splurge and treat myself right and gave myself a gift and signed up for the class. And I signed up for it like last February. So it was 6 months down the road. Didn't think about it really so much. Just knew I had that in the bag. Went through my year, and then festival season came up in the summer. Moved out into my truck, hit the festival season pretty hard, and then Oregon Eclipse came, and I went up there and was really just sent on a new direction from going to Oregon. The art camp was extremely special. I had originally signed up because I had seen that Alex and Allison Gray were teachers there. I've always been a big fan of their work and wanted to know and meet them and learn from them. But then the other teachers there were equally as brilliant. David Heskin, Lori Weaver, and Amanda Sage. And so I was really just consumed by all these great artists. And then the other thing too is there was only 30 people in this class. So I felt really lucky to be a part of it. It kind of dumb luck that I stumbled in on it. But just surrounded by people who take their art very seriously and are loving, kind souls, and the type of people that I like to be around. So I felt like I had really just found my tribe at work. And but then once again, that was kind of my first week painting, doing that intensive. And then some of my friends who I met at Oregon, they kind of got me to go out and live paint at the festival, which I am not. That's not typically my thing, to do my art in front of other people. But I kind of just broke down that barrier and went with it and had a great time. And then upon returning from Oregon, I was still living in my truck, so the art studio wasn't necessarily set up. But my friend Ross, who I had met at the art camp, invited me over to paint at his place every day. And he was very encouraging and supportive of my art and really helped me progress a long ways in the few months that I was able to paint with him. But we would paint about every day, sun up to sun up kind of deal, and just really developed some skills over the past few months. And then I was still living in my truck, and then in November, me and a friend had set an intention, a mantra for me that was abundance comes from following my passions and creativity. So I've kind of just been focused on painting every day and doing what I like to do and being creative. And then this magical thing happened where she introduced me to one of her friends, Franco, and invited me to Thanksgiving dinner with him and his family. And went and had a great dinner, and then afterward I just kind of sat down and started painting. That's what I'm used to doing lately, is just painting. And Franco really appreciates artists and appreciated that I was just painting there, and we had a good connection. And so then the next week he offered space for me to start up an art gallery.
Nice. Wow. Yeah, it's amazing how much difference it makes when people are encouraged about their art. We were saying this before. But I'm interested in knowing more about how it was painting with all these masters at once, all at once.
It was really quite mesmerizing, and it's kind of like a dream.
Surreal, huh?
Very, very surreal. I was just blown away by Alex and Allison's presence. Just such kind, beautiful souls.
Hmm.
I would just want to hang out with those people more.
Yeah, yeah.
And all the instruction was just fantastic. I kind of went into it with a fairly blank palette, and so I was starting fresh. So I was able to take in anything that they were telling me as fact and law, and just put that to practice.
Yeah.
So kind of learned a little bit about the flow of just kind of letting it go when you're working with Amanda Sage, of just kind of letting the painting become what it becomes a little bit more, and then not so much dictating what the painting is. And the first 2 days with David and Aloria were just fantastic instruction, which is what I really needed to feel confidence to do art.
Mhm. I think of these teachers more like spiritual teachers than art teachers for some reason. That's what, from my experience, I don't know if you feel that as well.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you.
They hold such sacred space. It's incredibly powerful.
Alex just radiates this kindness and love and childlike appreciation for everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's very special to be around all those people. And then, all the artists that were there too, the 30 people that were there, they're all of the same mold too. They're all just filled with love, and so it's really great to just be surrounded by that atmosphere.
Yeah, for sure. Are these paintings yours, the ones behind you?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, nice.
It's about done. My dream woman.
Okay, this is different than the ones I saw earlier with Terrence McKenna. You had Terrence McKenna and a lady, and I'm not sure about the third one, but there was some mushrooms in it. Yeah, there, that one. Yeah.
Yes, Terrence. He's about done. I just need to work on his face and nose a little bit more, skin tones.
Sounds like you're making up for lost time. For all the years you didn't paint.
Yeah, most certainly. I definitely kept something bottled up, and have been able to access that lately.
Yeah. Can you tell me more about your creative process? What happens when you stand to paint? And is it always the same with all these paintings? Does it vary?
Well, I always go back to what I've learned at Organ Eclipse, and so I'll usually start off with a meditation. Kind of just try to envision what's going to happen in the motion of the painting and how it comes together that way. I'm still kind of learning my process because I've just been painting seriously the past 5 months. But I am able to reach a meditative state very quickly. And I'm working a lot on myself as I'm painting. What I'm finding is I'm realizing things about myself, about how I treat myself, and some little tics that I have, and patience. And my pain, it's more this unraveling my life story of what things that I need to work on, change, and things that I love about myself, and things that I want to share with people.
Yeah, definitely. It's always a self-reflection when we paint.
Yeah, it's the best therapist I've ever had.
Exactly, but it's also interesting because when people see it, they're viewing it from their perspective. So you have what it does to you and how it changes you, but it's also how it changes the person that's seeing it. So it goes both ways, and what powerful medicine that is.
And it's really so eye-opening because you get caught up in your thoughts of how the world works and what the skills are, and you kind of just build up these walls that are not necessarily true.
Yeah.
So I had always kind of felt like I wasn't a good painter and very creative, and then get this course, and then my friends tried to get me to go out and paint with them. So I didn't turn it down. So I went and I painted at Oregon Eclipse in front of the Eclipse stage, in front of thousands of people.
Yeah.
And I would be there painting, and I was, this one time I was kind of getting into my head a little bit. I could feel people watching, and I kind of felt judgment a little bit. But then when I turned around and viewed them, they were all shit grins, laughing, smiling, like enjoying what I was doing.
Yeah.
And so that was a big boost to just be like, yeah,
Nice.
you can do this.
That's a great thing. So what is your biggest fear as an artist? Or maybe you're still trying to discover that.
So I'm still discovering that. I'm working more on myself. But I just really want to find myself and find my own style. My biggest fear would be falling into something to do, something to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Photography. I know that I need to support myself, but at the same time, I don't want that to affect my art, particularly my painting.
Yeah, you're
to be a reflection of who I am and what I'm through.
We broke up for a little bit there. It wasn't very clear, the connection.
Yeah.
We become experts with that. Yeah, you're showing your work at the gallery with Katie, right? Whom I interviewed not that long ago. We had a conversation.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we just had this wonderful opportunity to come about where we were offered
that's great.
some gallery space and quickly put it together. I mean, we were offered the space at the end of November, and 2 weeks later we had an opening full of art, totally transformed this space. And yeah, it's growing and building and evolving.
And you have other artists who show there too, not just you and Katie. There's a bunch of other people there too showing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Tisha, I forget her last name, but
oh yeah,
Tisha
I
and
met Tisha.
Galen.
Yeah.
She's great.
I want to interview too. Great, yeah, that's great.
They always come out, her and Galen always come out to our live painting events and help support us, and a number of other artists come and sell their goods. So we're, me and Katie are very much aligned in the thoughts of being a collective.
Sorry about that. Oh my God. Okay, it's okay. We're still gonna keep this. I'm not gonna do anything about it. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's how it goes down. You got to be able to juke and jive.
Yeah. I'm not even sure how to disconnect my phone from being attached to my laptop. Don't even ask.
Anyway. You could probably put it in airplane mode and it would shut off the ringer.
Oh, okay. Let's do that for now, just in case I get another call. Good thinking. I never even thought of that. Okay. Yeah, so where were we? We were talking about the other artists that were in the gallery as well.
Yeah, so we're just kind of creating a collective and a space for a lot of these humbled artists to show their work and come together as a team. And there's just so many talented artists up here in Humboldt County. Mm-hmm. It's really quite amazing. It's a gathering spot for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of artists everywhere, I noticed. So many everywhere. And that's why I wanted to do this show too, so that I can bring them out from their hiding places, wherever they are. It's like they're all in little nooks and crannies. And
exactly. I like to say that I don't know who my favorite artist is because I haven't seen their work yet.
That's a good one, because I was going to ask you, like, who are you following these days? Which artists are, some of your favorites that you're constantly trying to keep up with what they're making and what they're doing? And
yeah, my friend Kate Ferrand, who I just know from online, she's on Instagram, Kate.Ferrand.
Mm-hmm.
her husband Sam Ferran do fantastic digital work. And we've been working on some collaborations where she'll take some of my photos and then put her digital magic on top of that. And so they're two of my very favorites for sure. David Heskin and Laura Weaver are at the top of my list for sure.
I still have to meet them. I've been wanting to go to one of their events, but it still hasn't happened. So we'll see when it's time.
I get to see them the first weekend in March.
Nice.
Up in Seattle for a 3-day seminar. And then I'm looking to go to COSM in August too for a 5-day seminar.
Very cool. So people can find your work at the gallery, but do you also have a website?
I'm just working on a website. It's kanonknaphus.com. Just kind of getting that going now, but all my work is at the gallery right now. Yeah, we'll be getting things going on. You can also find our work at humboldtvisionaryart.com.
Okay. That's good to know. Whoever's watching and is interested in original art, I like to say. Supporting the artists that are pouring their lives into their canvases.
Yeah, and this is, like you said, this is the third time doing this take. I was trying to do the interview at the studio earlier to just show off.
That would have been really nice. Unfortunately, we didn't have so much luck. But maybe in the future, maybe after you come back from the workshop with David and Aloria, then you'll have so much more to share too. That would be great.
Katie will be back in town as well as
so
that we could do an interview.
So what are your long-term goals for your art? Where do you see yourself going with this, and what would you like to happen for you? Because once you state that, once you put it out there, it's actually like you've basically just started it. It's gonna get going. You're putting it out there. So
my goal with art is to just be open to what I come across and just constantly push myself in any skill that I'm working on currently, but not focused on one thing in particular. Like, who knows, I might be a better sculptor than a painter. Like, I'm open to all of the art.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Is that breaking up a little?
No, yeah, that's fantastic to hear you say that. I think every artist would benefit from trying everything, not just sticking with one thing, because you learn so many things that will help in whatever you decide to completely pursue. So that's great.
One problem I've had in the past is always I kind of over focus on one thing. I get painting and then I paint every day and don't take any photos.
Yeah.
Don't kind of push myself in other creative paths. And so I'm looking to develop balance, but just within the art, like still with art. Take more photos, do more road trips to get some time-lapse photography. Working on the computer. Lately I've been working on the computer doing some motion graphics with still images. And that's been really fun to get back into that. So I just want to kind of keep a fair balance between digital art, painting, and savoring for sculpting and music and whatever else comes to be.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's easy to get stuck in one pattern and not get out of that. So great point. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing where your art takes you.
Yeah, I'm just so pleased with the painting coming into my life. But the 5 years that I've done photography prior, I never sold my artwork. I never sold photos. I was kind of just too self-conscious and never put it out there. And then started painting. I sold 3 paintings last year, and I have a bunch more that I'm gonna finish soon. And I keep getting better. I get better every day that I paint. So it's very encouraging.
Nice. My next question is one that I always ask, and it's, would you still want to be an artist if you had to go back to this beautiful earth of ours? Or would you want to?
Yeah, I think if
I think I know the answer.
no, I would just do it sooner. I would deny it less and just jump right in and do it. I guess I kind of just got into painting and discovered that I'm a painter. But I've been a painter my entire life. I've been an artist my entire life. And just have been scared to put it out there. Maybe scared is not the right word. But just haven't done it. And I think all of us humans are artists deep down, and we all just need to work on finding what it is that we want to express and how.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
So I would just wish I would have found out sooner. I wish I would have realized it sooner and had more time. But either way, I'm grateful for the fact that I've got it now.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I guess we have something in common there because it's the same for me. Although I did know that I'm an artist ever since I was a little kid, because I was always drawing and making art. I've been trying to not embrace it for the longest time up until very recently. Like, I didn't used to identify as an artist at all. So I'm happy to know that, you know, that you've embraced that side, and it can only get better from here. So good luck with it. My last question, and feel free to add anything else that you would like. I like this one just because it's fun to ask. If you had a superpower, what would that be? Or maybe you already have it, like many of us. We just don't want to acknowledge that we do.
My superpower is probably that I'm a very compassionate and loving person.
Aww.
I like to listen. I like to chat with people. I like to be good. I like to be in positive spirits and with positive energy. And we all stray from that occasionally, but I'd like to think that I can bring positive vibrations to them.
Well, that's a great superpower. We need so many more individuals like you in the world today with a superpower like that.
That'd be a real shit show.
Well, it was lovely chatting with you, Kanon. I don't know if you have anything else to say. I can't think of any questions, but
yeah, I mean, I'm sure some artists are watching this, and just to all the artists out there, just do it. Keep doing it. Don't listen to your self-doubt. Tell that guy to shut up and just keep doing it and putting out and keep evolving.
Yeah, for sure. And some days are better than others. It takes a little bit of motivation, but you also have to stick with it. Okay, take care.
And then just believe too, and don't give up. Just keep on your path and keep going. And even when the waters get rough, we'll pull out of it eventually.
Keep on keeping on. Great. Well, it was great to chat with you. Hope you have a good time at the March workshop with Aloria and David, and we'll be in touch.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Susie. Peace and love.
Bye-bye.